What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy and Frames Fantasy Game Show. I'm your host, Jorge Edwards. I got Aidan Weingartner with me. And Aidan, I can honestly say this is the end, but it's also the beginning. It is the end of our last show for the NFL season. This is our last one. Obviously, the Super Bowl there are no more games after this. So a little bittersweet.
Yep.
But come Wednesday, all of
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Dynasty 365, our Dynasty show, will be back starting off the 2026 season at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Shoot the Gap, our IDP show, where we're going to focus on IDP Dynasty for the foreseeable future. That's coming back Wednesday at 9 p.m. And of course, you can catch us streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and on X, and we would really love your support and give us a follow and a subscribe wherever it is you're watching this. In fact, all these places: Facebook, YouTube, X. All of them. We have accounts now on Threads, which apparently is an underrated platform. Let me just say, and then of course on Blue Sky. So definitely check us out and follow us there at all those locations, as well as head over to fantasyandframes.com. We have early looks. Profiles on all the wide receivers, the majority of the wide receivers in this draft class that are potentially fantasy relevant. We have running back breakdowns. We got tight end breakdowns, quarterback breakdowns. For those IDP junkies out there, we have, the DL, LBs, and DB breakdowns. Aidan's mock draft article version 1.0. Dude, your article's been blowing up. So
I've heard it keeps going and going.
Joe Harlow did our IDP rookie mock draft version 1.0. So we got stuff going for you. We got our rookie rankings live on our website. So definitely check those out. Fantasyandframes.com, Fantasy and Frames in general, we're back, but tonight is going to be our last game show night for the next few. The game show is actually going to be coming back, Aidan. Kyle Ziegler and myself. Kyle's going to be hosting the game show in season, and basically what the gist of the game show is going to be is each Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect.
Whether it's on FastDraft, which is the game we'll be playing on, the platform we'll be on tonight, whether it's on Underdog, Fantasy Spin, you name it, we're just going to be playing games. It's like literally fantasy football gamer central every week. So we're looking forward to that. But this is the last one, covering the 2025-2026 NFL season. Obviously, Super Bowl is a few nights away. And Aidan, tonight, as we're recording live Thursday night, we have the NFL Honors Awards ceremony going on. For those who are not up to speed on who's been winning so far tonight, Aidan, tell us who has won an award at NFL Honors.
So up to this point, we have 2 awards that have been handed out, which has gone as expected by pretty much everyone. So first, big shocker, Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, breaking the sack record. And then 1,000-plus yard rookie receiver, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tetaroa McMillan. So far, that's the 2 out of the 7 we got.
And then also Josh McDaniels has won Assistant Coach.
Oh, yes, that was announced earlier today.
Yeah, these awards are starting to fly off the shelf here. Aidan, if you had to predict any of these, let's say the MVP, is it Matt Stafford running away with it, or just Drake May having an argument here, given the fact that his team is in the Super Bowl and Stafford's team is not?
So I don't think running away with it is the right term, but I do have Stafford winning by just a bit, because I think Stafford's going to come back for one more year. I think the voters look at it as Drake May still has 10 to 15 more years to win an MVP if he plays up to that level. I think Stafford's got to get an MVP eventually, so I personally give it to Stafford. He had 40-plus passing touchdowns as well. I'll give it to Stafford.
Yeah, and I wonder if he does win the award, if he does come. You said you think he comes back, but I don't know, man.
I think if he won a Super Bowl, he would have went out on top, but he's still got an arm. So,
also earlier today, so the AP Associated Press named Tyler Shuck the Offensive Rookie of the Year finalist. I don't know if that is an NFL Honors Award, but if it's not, then the candidates here are Jackson Dark, Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson, Tedoroda McMillan, and Tyler Shuck. But you just mentioned Tedoroda McMillan won that award. So next, they have the NFL Offensive Player of the Year finalists. We got Drake May, got Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Mr. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then speaking of the finalists here for the MVP, Josh Allen. I know, Aidan, you're.
It's not going to happen. He'll be in like fourth.
No, but like for those who don't know Aidan's allegiances, look at his backdrop and you'll see it's full of Bill's paraphernalia. You got Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, and Matthew Stafford. So it's going to be interesting. I'm curious who's going to win Walter Payton Man of the Year. That's always a great and noble cause.
Each team has a finalist. So
right. And I think tonight they're also announcing the Hall of Fame class for 2026. So that's going to be interesting to see.
No Bill Belichick, as we know. We don't have that.
Yeah, no. So that was that shocking to you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty dumb, but
yeah, I agree.
That could be a whole show. So let's move on.
Yeah, in other words, as a Bills fan, I don't want to talk about any Patriots. I got you.
Yeah, well, we have to now for the Super Bowl. So
let's talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about who we want to win, and then let's talk about like who we think will win. Aidan, who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
This is very expected for me, but I obviously want the Seattle Seahawks. Patriots, they took a little 3-4 year hiatus when Tom Brady left and they had Mac Jones, and now apparently they're back to being a dynasty. It really fires me up. But I love hand up. I thought Sam Darnold would turn back to being a pumpkin, or at least in some sort of way, with leaving Kevin O'Connell in that vaunted Minnesota system. Excuse me. I do love JSN. Like, he is arguably my favorite non-Bills player in the entire NFL. Like, if there's one non-Bills player jersey I would get, it's JSN. He lines up in the slide, lines up out wide. He runs routes from the backfield. So, and I really love a lot of Seattle's defensive players. Jorge, I know you and JT's IDP guys. You guys must love Nick Eamon-Warrior. So,
we do, yeah.
Yeah, I do love a lot of their defense, especially Eamon-Warrior. But now he has an ankle injury, so now I'm kind of concerned. But
yeah, he, for IDP purposes, down the stretch of the season, Fantasy Pros scoring, I believe he finished as like a top 10 defensive back.
He plays everywhere too.
He does, and then he saw him play closer to the line of scrimmage in the box. And so when I saw the news report yesterday, or was it the day before, where it's like, oh, he left practice, has to go see a specialist. I'm just like,
that's a lot.
Dude, if he's not playing in this Super Bowl, like, I'm not even a Seahawks fan, but I'm pissed.
They can't be as versatile on the back end if he's not in there. So,
well, you speak of the secondary for the Seattle Seahawks. There's somebody up front along the defensive line who's been crushing for Seattle lately, and it's somebody that people have been writing off for the past few years because either injuries or just lack of production. DeMarcus Lawrence, holy crap!
34, but still going
strong. And it's if Seattle wins this game, it is very reminiscent of another former Cowboy going to another team to win a Super Bowl, referring to DeMarcus Ware. And now here you have DeMarcus Lawrence being somebody who could.
I forgot he played for the Cowboys. Even I totally forgot that.
What, you forgot who played for the Cowboys?
DeMarcus Ware.
What? You serious?
No,
Troy University.
Oh, I know that. I just thought Cowboys aren't the first team that comes to mind. But.
As a Commanders fan, that makes me happy you just said that. So, all right. So I want Seattle. I'm a big defense person. I love defense. Obviously, I like talking offense. But you know me, I love my IDP as well. And having followed a lot of these IDP players, like the Ernest Jones and the Drake Thomases and the Devin Witherspoons and the Nick Emenwaris and the
The whole
Julian
defense.
Loves, like all of these guys. Boye Mafe and Shinna Nwosu, DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams.
They have a few underrated D linemen too, like Derek Hall and Boye Mafe. No one talks about, and they're underrated. So.
Yeah, I agree. This this defense is no joke. Apparently, so I was listening to Mina Kimes today on the NFL show. Who, if you don't listen to her show, her podcast,
ESPN,
you need to stop what you're doing and download.
Great mind, yeah.
She was talking about how the Seahawks like to run a lot of cover 2, and when facing cover 2, Drake May plays abysmally versus cover 2 this year. So, one of the key pieces here, of course, is the versatility of the defensive backs. And so I hope Emenwari, with his low ankle sprain, is really able to
at least it's not a high ankle sprain. Those are much worse.
That he would be out. He would not be playing.
Yeah, he would be
out. So that's who I want to win. I want Seattle to win. So that is my take there. But who do you think will win, Aidan, in this matchup here in Super Bowl 60?
So, just to throw in a fun thing, I have a score prediction. Do you want me to throw in that?
Okay, yeah, everything. Yeah, let's go.
So I think the Seattle Seahawks will win pretty comfortably. I have them winning officially by a final score of 30-16 because, sorry, Jim, I hope you're not listening. But let's be honest, Drake May has not looked too good against these playoffs. Sorry. The Patriots are lucky that they played 2 horrible O-lines in the Chargers and Texans and a backup QB in Jarrett Stidham. Drake May has been overthrowing his receivers when they're open. Sure, he's still getting it done on the ground, but he's been underwhelming through the air, I feel like. I don't know if you would agree or not, but he's been pretty disappointing to me, at least.
No, there hasn't been a need for him to be super elite because this defense is something that,
they're very good as well.
They're very good, but it's like they subtly sneak up on you just how good they are. You forget, they're very I think, whereas Seattle is a very dominating defense, I think New England, you think about their defense, it's very advantageous as far as taking advantage of certain situations.
They get better as the game goes along, basically.
Kind of. That's a great way of putting it. But man, it's going to be something. Are you a believer in Sam Darnold? Yes or no?
In this game specifically, or just like in general?
In this game right here.
I'm going to say yes, because I've said these entire playoffs that the old Sam Darnold will show up at some point. The old Sam Darnold will show up at some point, and they don't have him pass a ton anyway. Not a very high volume passing attack, if you will, anyway. I have trust in Sam Darnold now, unfortunately. It's going to look really stupid when I finally buy in if he does go back to being the old Sam Darnold, but I have to buy in at this point.
Man, I do too. I think the Week 16 matchup on Thursday Night Football where he, led his team back.
The Rams,
and won versus the Rams in overtime. I think that was the piece that needed to happen for him to finally – quote unquote, arrive.
Yeah. Because last year in Minnesota, whether it was for the 1 seed against the Lions week 18 or in the wild card round, he was horrendous in high pressure situations. This year, the total opposite.
Yeah, no. So this is, man, I'm a believer. I want the Seahawks to win, and I think the Seahawks will win because I always am a fan of defenses. I'm always a fan of edge rushers and pass rushers. And while I don't think that the defensive line is one of the most elite compared to other defensive lines in the NFL, this entire defense as a whole plays so well together. They almost like feed off each other. And, from the secondary, I think at one point people were really calling it the Legion of Boom too, but I think they're called now the Death Star.
No, the Dark Side.
The Dark Side.
Williams said the Dark Side. I actually like that. That's pretty catchy, but
that is pretty sweet. The Dark Side. Yeah. So I mean, they if anybody can shut down the Patriots, it's this defense, and Sam Darnold again, that Week 16 matchup for me, that
solidified. Yeah.
that solidified my thoughts right there, on the fact that they can take care of this, and the fact that Drake May has played poorly versus a defensive scheme that they're used to playing all the time. That being said, I anticipate the first half being all Seattle, and then you're going to see a comeback in the second half, the third quarter, and then Seattle's going to have to find a way to put the water on that on that fire. So
let's hope it's not a 28-3 situation again, though. Can't be having that.
I can't wait till Jim, our producer here at Fantasy and Frames, comes on, because he will be talking about obviously his love for the Patriots.
Conveniently,
yeah. So can't wait for that. But tonight again, like as we were talking about, this is the game show, and one of the games that we really enjoy and have been enjoying playing during the playoff has been over at FastDraft. If you download the FastDraft app and you sign up for the first time and you use the promo code FRAMES, you could match your initial deposit up to $50. And what's really cool about this, and we're going to throw up the game on screen. What's up, Epic Fail? We see you in the chat there. We have been doing well. We hope you're doing well. We're coming back weekly on Wednesdays, and so hopefully you're into Dynasty and IDP Dynasty, and we're back starting this Wednesday. So join us then, and join us all the time. But it's great to see you again. Hope you're doing well as well. What's cool about these games is that there's not a lot, like they have best ball drafts. They have what we're going to be doing tonight is their Quick Six Super Slam, where you basically select 6 players and you have the option of them being running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends. And then each of these positions have different multipliers. And then not to mention for the Super Bowl, I believe scoring doubles. So now you get the double points from the players that you're picking from on top of the multipliers that you're assigning them to. So you could really go off, depending on where you put these guys. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do 5 Super Slam roster constructions.
I have a couple updates on some awards, by the way.
Go for it. Jump in.
Yeah. So just to recap, Defensive Player of the Year so far, Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year so far, Federal McMillan. And then we have 2 new awards. The first ever inaugural Protector of the Year award goes to Chicago Bears guard Joe Thuney.
Oh, wow.
And then Comeback Player of the Year award goes to, after only playing in 4 games last year, 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey.
You know what? As he should.
Yeah, like damn, yeah.
I mean, the guy, every year we're just like, this can't be the year. And
every other year he's healthy, and then every other he's not. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is that true? Is that like
no? But it feels like it.
It feels like it, right? And every year everybody's like, oh, I don't trust him. He's not going to be a top 3 pick in fantasy, and his value just keeps lower. Like his ADP keeps going down and down. And you're like at the turn at a 12-team league, and you're just
after week 1, you're like, "What am I doing?"
Right. Well, if you're at the turn and McCaffrey's still there, you're just like, absolutely, I will take that all.
That's
day.
where he was going this past year.
So yeah, so it's man. But let's throw this on screen right now. Sorry, let me do this little chicanery here. And so. This is what it looks like, folks. You download the FastDraft app, you deposit some change in there, and you go for this week into their DFS. Now, before we get into their DFS, let's go over to their best ball. And this is really cool. They have 2 competitions going on right now. You can see they're both $10 entries, which is where that promo code FRAMES comes in handy, getting the $50 match. So they have the Rabbit competition, which is 15 rounds, full PPR. And these drafts, literally, it's like a 20-second timer. And so these drafts go fast. They fill fast, super fun. And they currently have now also their Origins tournament.
Oh, the rookies, yeah.
Yeah, it's just straight rookies, rookie prospects. And then, of course, you assign the boosters to these rookies, much like we're going to be doing in our DFS matchup here. And it's very cool. And then they have as the season progresses, as the year goes by, they have their D-Up competition where it's basically, instead of rookies, it's all IDP players for all the IDP junkies. I love that. you'll never get a complaint out of me when it comes to IDP content. So, and for those who don't know that, it's individual defensive players. Then they got their Flex 4 games. So they have so many awesome games. And also now they have this new mock draft feature. If you click on that, you can do custom dynasty mock drafts. You can do it just for rookies, rookies and vets. Select the number of teams where you're drafting from, how many rounds, whether it's a snake, linear, 1 QB, super flex. You could say you want a 3rd round reversal, you want tight end premium. And so you can do these mock drafts on your phone, you know, that which is really cool about FastDraft app. Matt Kelly is the creator of it. You know, Matt Kelly from Player Profiler. You know, all the stats, all the information is coming from all the stuff they do over there, which is top notch. They always have great data over there at Player Profiler. So you could do, you know, custom dynasty mock draft. You could do mock drafts for these games that we were just talking about, the Rabbit and Origins. So definitely a lot of fun, a lot of things you can do here that you don't normally find on other apps and fantasy game apps, which is why we'll be doing a lot of these when the season starts, when the Fantasy Frames game show kicks off with Kyle Ziegler and myself, Fridays, 9 p.m. You know, the premise of the fantasy game show is just to have some fun, play some games, talk a little fantasy, interact with you all who are watching and participating. And just, you know, it's Friday night, you know, just let's have some fun. And so looking forward to that. But let's get into it, Aidan. Let's get into the Quick Six Super Slam. And again, we're just talking about players from the Super Bowl. Obviously, as we say right as it is right now, we're at 60% full heading into Friday and then through the weekend. I would anticipate this filling by like noon on Saturday. So I would definitely get in and participate as quickly as possible. And again, use that promo code FRAMES to get matched up to $50, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, wherever it is you are watching this broadcast. So it's very simple. You just click on the game. You say you want to enter the tournament, $10 entry, up to $5,000 in prizes. And so, you know, the first, how it goes here, first it gets 1,000, second, you have 400, third, 300, 250, 200, 175, and you can go from $1,000 for first, and you can, you know, getting between 76 and 150th, you get $10, which I'm saying it's like, even if you fell down that low, which hopefully you won't, at least you're getting your money back. So it works out. You're getting, so you're breaking even. So at the very least, you're enjoying the thrill of the game. But speaking of thrill of the game, let's enter one of these. And again, it's not a draft. You're just picking your players and assigning them to different multiplier settings. And there are different ways to approach this. You know, we've been doing this game all during the playoffs, and the strategy has been twofold. There are two ways to look about this. Like, do you want your highest, do you want the top fantasy players, basically? Do you want to assign them the highest multiplier and really milk everything you got out of them? Or do you want to use your high multiplier for players that maybe won't do as good and need that extra oomph to, you know, give them better value? And then you have your higher scoring players, projected higher scoring players, to get the lower multiplier because you can get by on what they produce. And so there's two ways to think about it. And so for the most part, during this game show, we're like, you know what, let's milk everything we can out of them. And then there's some lineups that we've done that it's been the opposite strategy. Out of 10 lineups we've done this entire postseason, 6 of them are making money. 6 of them are within the top 40. 3 of them are between 25 and 32. And then we have 2. We have a couple that are in the teens, and then 1 at 10. So definitely, as like it is regular fantasy football, plenty of ways to win. So needless to say, I will be paying attention very closely this weekend to the Super Bowl, hoping to bring home some cheese for the fam. But let's get into this, Aidan. where do you stand on this? And we got five games that we're going to do here. So let's start with this one. What strategy do you want to employ here? Do you want to go and say, I want to take the guy that I think is going to score the most or a lot of fantasy points and give them the high multiplier? And keep in mind, for the Super Bowl, points, I believe, double. So you're really getting more bang for your buck here. But even if they didn't double, let's just go straight off of just the multipliers by themselves.
Yeah.
How do you want to approach this?
I think for this first one, I want to go big just to see how it works out.
Okay, so let's start with the captain. It's a 2 times multiplier. What position do you want to target first? Running back, wide receiver, or tight end? Those are your early positions. Yeah, you do not select a quarterback in this matchup.
So since it's go big with the best player, I think JSN's the obvious choice here.
All right, so we'll go with JSN at the captain for this one. All right, so now 1.75. Do you want to start with highest, lowest, and then meet in the middle? You want to try it that way?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so let's go to the one-time multiplier, and let's go here. Who's somebody that we think is not rostered or won't be rostered heavily, but has tons of upside that could stand alone on their fantasy value, can stand on their own merit? Would you think about a tight end? Would you think about like a Hunter Henry or an AJ Barner? Like what are your thoughts on that? Or do you think we should go maybe a Rashid Shaheed? Or
I was thinking Rashid Shaheed because of the elite kick return ability, and then they do like to throw him 2 or 3 deep bombs a game, and that's the definition of upside with those downfield shots. So
I love it. I love where your head's at right there. That's awesome. So we have at our captain JSN, at our one-time multiplier, we have Rashid Shaheed. Let's do another one multiplier.
Yeah.
So we sticking with wide receiver here, or do we want to maybe switch it up to, does Cooper Kupp, go 2 wide receivers on the same team? Do you want to go Patriots? Do you want to switch positions altogether? Like, what are our thoughts here?
I think I want to go with a veteran who has experience, and I think I want to go with a safe play, if you will. So I think throwing Hunter Henry on there would be good.
Okay, we'll go Hunter Henry. All right, so that's going to take care of our floor of one times multipliers. So let's go to 1.75. Who do you think is going to be the second highest scoring player in this game from a fantasy perspective? We can go. I think running back and wide receiver, they're fairly comparable.
I think we can shift over. I have one guy in mind, and it is a running back.
All right, what do you got?
Upcoming free agent. No Zach Charbonnet, still goal line carries. So he's had to be on an absolute tear, and he's going to get the load once again, like he has been. I think Kenneth Walker is a good spot here. Kenneth Walker,
okay. Love it. So then let's go to the 1.25 multiplier. I feel like this is a good spot where it's like, I'm okay if they don't get a huge bonus.
Like settling, yeah.
I'm okay if they just give me their floor. Like their floor should be enough where I'm like, that'll do.
Like Ramondre or something.
Yeah, just because of the red zone touching.
I think just because of the goal line opportunity.
Goal line opportunities.
If you want a floor play, then yeah.
There we go. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right, so that's going to leave us with our last multiplier, the 1.5 times multiplier. Who do we think is going to be the third highest scoring player in this matchup here? I will say before we make our decision, Aidan, one of the things to keep in mind is that the Seahawks don't allow a lot of big plays. And again, I was listening to Mina Kimes earlier today, just an amazing person, knowledgeable with the NFL and with football. And she was bringing up the stats of how the Seahawks don't give a lot of deep plays, and Stephon Diggs actually played a majority of his snaps in the slot. And, this is a guy who, full well, being a Bills fan, has played in a number of playoff games, 17 playoff games over the course of his career. So you're talking about a safe, secure safety blanket in the slot for Drake May to target. Do you want to roll with Stephon Diggs here, or do you think there's somebody else here that we should
No.
be targeting?
He's really the only option that I feel comfortable with. I was going to go with him because, as you mentioned, he's been in big games before. He rises to the occasion. It's time and time again. He's far and away the best, only reliable weapon the Patriots have in the passing game through the air. So I like Stephon Diggs as our last one.
All right. So to recap our first lineup, first to 5, starting with our captain with the highest multiplier 2 times, whatever it is they score. We have Jackson Smith and Jigba, followed by Kenneth Walker at the 1.75, Stephon Diggs at 1.5, Ramondre at 1.25, and then for our 2 one-time multipliers, we have Rashid Shaheed and Hunter Henry. And so that's all it is, folks. You literally sign your players, you sign all the multipliers, you hit submit lineup, confirm your entry, and then obviously playing a state that actually allows you to play these games.
That's helpful.
Yeah, last time I checked, being actually able to play the game and where you reside, unless you're super close to the border of a state that allows it. So then I would recommend driving to the border, go to the rest stop, go to the welcome center, place your lineup, and then come back home.
I have another award handed out.
Yeah, shoot, give us some live updates.
So you want me to recap the ones we've seen so far?
No, yeah, do it. Do everything.
Okay, so far we have Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tether Roll McMillan, Inaugural Protector of the Year, Bears guard Joe Tooney, Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. The Bills fan, this really is annoying. Speaking of the Patriots, Mike Vrabel has won Coach of the Year.
As he should.
Yes.
4-win team.
There were a lot of good candidates this year, though. A lot of young, hot coaches on the rise. I
think McDonald was at 1, right?
McDonald, Cohen, Ben Johnson, Shanahan, they were all in there.
Yeah. Kudos to what
Mike
Vrabel's been able to do. Do you know the story about when it comes to him at press conferences? He always targets a reporter who just happens to be a female reporter because he is pro, as everybody should be, giving female reporters an opportunity to be at the head of the table when it comes to being prominently featured.
I did not know that was the story behind that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why he does it, because he understands how difficult it is for women in today's sports media landscape to be given preferential priority. And speaking of priority and women in the fantasy space, we just announced all across our social media platforms that for the 3rd year in a row here at Fantasy and Frames, we will be having our Fantasy and Frames Women's Best Ball Tournament hosted by FFPC. Thank you again for the partnership with the FFPC. One of our directors here at Fantasy and Frames, Stacy Perez, is organizing this tournament. Our goal, 84 women. We want you to compete in several divisions to fill up this tournament. Sign-ups are going right now, they're flying. The goal is to have all these sign-ups done by the end of February, by the 28th in particular, so that way we can start drafting in March. And these will all be live drafts. We'll be broadcasting these drafts on air. You'll see the draft boards on screen. We'll have guest analysts come on and talk about what's going on in the draft and give their opinions on player values and so on and so forth. And of course, while doing it in March, Women's History Month, something that is very vital and important that we all acknowledge, and tying that into all of our passions for fantasy football. It's a fantastic tournament. It's a lot of fun. You make a lot of friends. So reach out to Stacy Perez, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, on Twitter /X at Stacy_Perez83. If you are watching on Blue Sky or Threads, or you don't really delve into social media, but you're on YouTube and you want to find a way to contact her, you can email her at Stacy at fantasyandframes.com. So definitely reach out, join for the 3rd year the Fantasy and Frames Women's Best Ball Tournament. Highly recommend. And it's been going for 3 years. We keep filling up more and more spots. it's getting more and more popular. We really hope that all the ladies out there, you participate, because again, it is a lot of
Great
fun.
event.
Zero cost to enter. And you're talking shop in March. So all the degenerates out there who love talking best ball, which kudos
Perfect
to
timing.
you.
Yeah,
Exactly. Aidan, you said it best. Perfect timing. So again, the Fantasy and Frames Women's Best Ball Tournament signups are going right now. Okay, so we just finished our first lineup here for the Quick Six Super Slam Super Bowl edition. And let's go over the top 10 most popular names that people are drafting here, Aidan. And let's see how many of these that we hit on here. We have starting at 1, the most popular, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Okay, shocker. Kenneth Walker, Ramondre, Diggs. At 5, Hunter Henry. Then at 6, Keyshawn Booty, followed by.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's that high up there.
Right?
Him
Cooper
and Nagy
Kupp.
hasn't been hitting lately, but
True. Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, Travion Henderson, and rounding out Mac Hollins.
Again, so it looks like we did good with the Rashid Shaheed sleeper pick for the upside.
Yeah, and I'm curious if in our next draft we want to flip it into a Cooper Kupp, but we'll get to that in a second. So the button says draft again. Okay, we'll draft again.
Sure, so, why not? While we're here,
we got 4 more times to do these drafts. So let's enjoy it. Let's start from the top and work our way to the bottom this time. We did first and last, and then in the middle. Let's do it the top and start at the bottom. If you weren't going to pick Jackson Smith and Jigba as your number 1, who would you select as your number 1?
Oh, there's such a wide gap. I got to think about that.
Like, would Kenneth Walker? Do you think that Kenneth Walker and JSN are interchangeable?
I do not, but for the question you're posing to me, I would go Kenneth Walker in this case.
Okay. So let's go Kenneth Walker here as the captain. So then from there, do we still want to employ the strategy of taking the people that are going to be scoring the most and giving them the highest multiplier versus giving the people who may not be scoring the most an added boost by giving them the highest multiplier? What are your thoughts?
I think for now with this one, we still do what we did last time.
Okay. So who do you want to give JSN at the 1.75?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. So now I believe the last draft we had Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody that's jumping out to you that we should maybe throw in? Is it too soon for Travion Henderson? What are your thoughts?
I think we can wait a spot or two. I think it's a little too soon.
Okay.
AJ Barner, maybe.
So is he somebody that you consider to have a good fantasy floor or like a low fantasy floor that we want to rescue with the higher multiplier?
Since it's such a low volume passing team, I think it's a rescue situation.
Okay. So you want to roll with AJ Barner at the 1.5?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Just to change it up.
Yeah. Let's. I mean,
might as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, at the 1.25, and of course, folks, if you have any questions, you can drop them, whether they're on X. You can go in the chat feature using X/Twitter. If you're on Facebook and you're watching, you can put us comments in there. If you're on their YouTube channel, drop a comment in there. Give us your thoughts about who is a player that maybe you would assign here, or if you agree or disagree with how we're constructing each lineup. We want to hear from you. And even if it's just drop by, say hello, you know what?
Help us pick some players.
Yeah, let's make this completely immersive. Like, it's not just Aidan and I here, even though it's just Aidan and I here
on the
screen. But you get what I'm saying. We appreciate the Fantasy and Frames community. Thank you very much, Aidan. You hit the nail right on the head again. All right, let's go to the 1.25. So here you have to go Diggs, right? I mean,
this is low enough. I think we've let him go enough.
All right. So now here we are at the one time. Do you want to pull the trigger on Travion Henderson here and see?
Absolutely. At this point, yeah.
Okay.
Just for upside.
Absolutely. And then who is somebody that we want to? Do we want to stay consistent here? Maybe go 2 tight ends in this lineup and go Hunter Henry at the 1. Or is there another wide receiver that maybe we want to target? Do we want to take advantage of the low ownership of Mac Hollins at 20? Do we want to take advantage of Cooper Kupp? Another, former
Actually,
Super Bowl MVP
yeah,
Cooper Kupp. Let's get that straight for people
yeah.
out there.
He has tons of playoff experience, and he's been here before and done it before, as we know. So I actually do like Cooper Cup now that I think about it,
Okay, let's go Cooper Kupp. All
just
right,
because of the experience.
all right. So for our second lineup, and again, we're doing 5. At our captain with the 2-time multiplier, we're going to go this time Kenneth Walker, followed by Jackson Smith and Jigba. At 1.5, AJ Barner. 1.25, Stephon Diggs. At 1, Travion Henderson. And for the final 1 multiplier, Cooper Kupp here. So when I'm looking at the rostership percentages, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We have 2 that are under 25.
So we're doing good. But
So that is good. We definitely want to differentiate ourselves from the field.
yeah.
But Aiden, I think for the next one, let's try and get crazy and go 3 that are under 30. How about
let's
that?
switch it up. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's swing for the fences here. And again, you just go on your app here, and again, the
Friday night before the Super Bowl. Let's do it.
Well, Thursday night, but close enough.
Wait, sorry.
It feels like
Okay.
a Friday.
I can't keep track. We're getting too crazy. Thursday night.
And again, folks, the FastDraft app. You go to your app store, whichever phone you're on, Apple or Android, and you download it. It's a free app. You deposit some money. You use the promo code FRAMES. You get double that, up to $50, and you too can be playing these games. And they're just a lot of fun. They're just a lot of fun to play. Kudos again to Matt Kelly for coming up with this a couple seasons ago, and it's really been taken off. It's one of the most fun fantasy games out there.
For sure.
So definitely pay attention and participate in that. So now let's draft again, man. All right, let's get 3 that are under 30%. And then so at this point, if we're getting 3 that are under 30%, I think we got to assign them the higher multiplier, right?
Yeah, you got to go. If they're lower tier, I think you got to go higher multiplier.
Okay, all right. So let's start from the bottom this time. So we did first and last, and bet in the middle. Then our last lineup we did first to last. Let's go from the bottom to the top here. JSN, right? Lock it in like somebody
every time. Yeah.
Every single time. Well, yeah, okay. And so then after that, who are we thinking? Are we still thinking that the 2 Seahawks are the top 2 scorers in this game, or?
No, I think they're by far the top 2. I don't think it's a debate. So
okay.
That's locked in.
So now at 1.25, do we want to roll with either Ramondre, Travion, or Diggs from New England?
I like the upside with Travion again.
Okay, let's go Travion.
And then this is our lower tier, the lower under 30%, right?
Right. So just to give you an idea of players that are under 30%, at running back, Travion was the one that was under 30%. George Holani is at 4.9%.
I'm good. No thanks.
Wide receivers, you have Mac Hollins, Demario Douglas, Jake Bobo at 1.4%.
He did catch a touchdown a couple
right?
Randomly.
Elliott Chisholm at 0.3. Could you imagine winning this thing, having Elliott Chisholm in your lineup?
On the back of Chisholm and Jake Bobo.
That phrasing, my friend, that phrasing.
That's a little weird. Never mind.
It's funny. I thought that was funny. Jim would appreciate that if once he gets on air. Oh, man. And Kayshon Boutte, let's look at the ones that are under 40. Kayshon Boutte, 38.7. Cooper Kupp, 38.4.
So that's over 30.
Rashid Shaheed is 35. So they're already over. So, man, let's see. Tight end. There's not a lot there. You're right. There are not a lot of options here. AJ Barner at 18.2.
That's one I'd like to do.
Okay. You want to throw him in there? Do that one?
Yeah, because he's one of the few good options under.
Do we want to have him as a captain or move him to a different multiplier?
Let's try to swing big. Let's go captain with him.
Okay. So now let's go to the 1.5. So let's go here. under 30%. So the next highest ranked wide receiver that's under 30 is Mac Hollins.
We've been talking about it. Why not just go Mac Hollins since we've been talking about him
Let's
for a
do
couple
it.
here?
And then for adding a player here, under 30%, George Halani, wide receiver. All right, this is gross. But
This
if we
is
win,
weird.
if we win this thing off of this gross play, you know what?
Screenshot it.
Screenshot it, go back, clip this part out of the episode, and put it on social media and saying, "See, we did it. We have the receipts, and it paid out well for us." Jake Bobo. That sounds like somebody who's random enough that needs to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
He did it. He did it against the Rams. Funny. Not the Rams. Who was it? The NFC Championship. He did it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, the Rams. You're right.
Yeah, sorry, the Rams. He had 5 catches on the season, and that was one of them.
I mean, you know, like
that's the definition of dirt level rostered player.
A 1.4% rostered wide receiver.
Just hell with it. Just let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get crazy. Let's have
get
some
weird.
Fun. So let's submit our lineup here.
It's the last game of the year. What the heck?
Exactly. Confirm your entry. Okay. Let's go to drafting again. This is what, our fourth or third?
This is our fourth.
This is our fourth.
We've already lost track.
Well, it's my super tall gin and tonic that I have right now. So,
that's okay.
You ever see that?
It flow.
Did you ever see the Family Guy way back in the day where it's like, Brian, I thought you were gonna take it easy on drinking wine, and he's like, it's only my first glass, and it's like a big gulp size from 7-Eleven.
A huge first glass.
That's how I'm approaching this. And for those who do love gin and tonic, this gin right here, they are not a sponsor. Gunpowder Irish Gin. Definitely recommend. All right, let's start with the captain here. Let's get crazy. Under 40%
for the captain.
Man, you want to go Travion? You want to do it?
Yeah. We've been talking about him as lower tier. Let's vault him up to captain.
All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun here. Let's see, under 40%. I'm scared of Kayshon Boutte just because the Seahawks don't give up too many deep passes here.
So I have a fun fact, not really a fun fact for someone like me who bet on his receiving prop on FanDuel. Not personal, it's okay. Anyway, he had 6 targets in the AFC Championship. Guess how many of those he caught? 1. Drake May overthrew him, or he just dropped the ball.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared because you also, outside of Diggs, never know which Patriots receiver is going to pop off one time. But we haven't picked him once yet, so I mean.
All right, let's do it.
Justify getting him in here.
Let's do the 1.5 multiplier. Let's do somebody who's a stud here.
Yes.
Say that again.
I just get a stud in here. I was just saying. Yeah.
Let's go Kenneth Walker at the 1.5.
Yep.
1.25. You want to go Diggs?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. So now, from the players remaining, their floor again, Jackson Smith and Jigba. His floor alone is fantastic, right?
His floor is very high already. So, yeah.
So now, is there a tight end? Is Hunter Henry somebody that you trust?
Not really. Like I don't associate the word trust with Hunter Henry because he doesn't have a very high ceiling and the floor could bottom out too. So
right. All right, let's go here.
He could just be used as a blocking tight end. So
how about we go with 2 Patriots running backs on the bookends and go Ramondre Stevenson right here?
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. All right, so we got for this lineup, our fourth lineup, we got Travion Henderson at the captain, Kayshon Boutte at 1.75, followed by Kenneth Walker at 1.5, Stephon Diggs 1.25, and then for our 2-1 multipliers, Jackson Smith and Jigba and Ramondre Stevenson.
Also,
But
can I interject here quick?
yeah, do it.
So I know, hold on, I'm trying to catch up. This isn't awards related, but it was just announced at the NFL honors. We have a few. We have 3 or 4 from what I'm seeing. Yeah, we have 4 Hall of Fame inductees.
Go for it. Who are they? Who's the class of 26?
So former 49ers running back Roger Craig,
Nice.
former Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri.
I like how you said Colts and not Patriots, or Colts and Patriots. You just went straight.
Well, everyone knows him for the Colts pretty much. So I mean,
What? No, they don't. They know him for all the game-winning kicks in the Super Bowl for New England.
I know him. Okay, and this one, I'm very happy to see this one. Former Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Yeah.
Larry
And
Legend.
then this guy, last one, 4th and final one, he retired at age 29. But like best linebacker play I personally ever watched, even though he only had like an 8-year career, Luke Kuechly.
Are you serious? Oh my god, dude!
What, did you not want him to get in there?
No, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
You know, the fact that he dealt with so many concussions,
Career-ending neck injury or something.
Yeah, but when he was on the field, folks, he was a
8-year dominance. Yeah.
I Panthers fans out there, like, you better show up in Canton and give this guy his flowers, because that is amazing.
Yeah, I know it's not awards, but they just announced it. So
no, but that's great. And also, we're going to talk to you about who the Walter Payton Man of the Year is.
Drew Brees, by the way, too.
He what? Drew Brees what?
Elected to the Hall of Fame as well.
Oh, I thought there was only 4 candidates. You're telling me there's more. All right, Drew Brees. Well,
apparently, it varies by year, I guess. So 5th one, Drew Brees.
Okay, just Drew Brees, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, what can you not say about Drew Brees, right? Just an amazing
pure passer, like one of the best pure passers ever. So,
and let's forget, like, this is coming off the heels of, for those who maybe this is older information that you may not be too privy on, but like Hurricane Katrina, the city of New Orleans decimated. They bring in Sean Payton as the coach. It's his first head coaching opportunity.
He rallied. He rallied.
He gets Drew Brees, who's coming off of what some might could have considered a career-ending shoulder injury.
Miami, right?
That was the other team that was courting him, and he decides to come to New Orleans.
He almost went to Miami. He was on the Chargers, right?
Yeah. Brandon's in the chat. What's up, Brandon? He's like, what can't you say about Drew Brees? You're right. What can't you? Like, the guy.
That was the whole Nick Saban debacle when he was trying to recruit in Miami. It didn't work out or something.
He says you can't say his defense was good. Well, I mean, they
were fine. They never really were that great, though.
But I mean, I'll never forget the first season where the Saints came out of nowhere. Him and Marcus Colston had that connection.
Marcus Colston.
And then Reggie Bush was drafted that year, made it to the NFC Championship, lost to the Bears, but then a couple seasons later to beat Peyton Manning and the Colts. I believe the game was in Florida at Hard Rock. I don't know what it was called back then, but the Dolphins Stadium. And to win it for the city of New Orleans, that was very good.
Brees made Michael Thomas relevant for a couple of years.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Broke the receptions record.
No, congratulations to all these Hall of Famers. Roger Craig, we don't talk enough about.
That's a throwback. Like
it's very much a throwback. And
senior class, it said.
You know what? Hall of Famer. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, folks, we're going to keep you up to date as more awards get discussed here. So let's submit this lineup. And okay, let's do our last draft of the evening. All right. Let's go very best to just flat out worst.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I'm looking at this list here. Larry Fitzgerald played with 22 different QBs in his career with the Cardinals.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, Kyler Murray was the last one.
Right.
22.
That's unreal.
That shows you how much the Cardinals matter, I guess.
But what's crazy is, I don't know. So there, how NFL Hard Knocks, that's on HBO.
Yeah, every year. Yeah.
Right. Well, Amazon had like a different spin on doing an NFL documentary, and I forget what it was called. Maybe if somebody in the chat can remind me. Uh, and it didn't follow the team during training camp; it followed the team the entire season, and so it followed the Arizona Cardinals. And
Oh,
it,
in season or whatever.
yeah. All the way through the playoffs, and so it was a season that the Cardinals and Palmer was the quarterback, and all these players, and the Cardinals made it to the NFC Championship, and it was the game. It was the season where Larry Fitzgerald in overtime versus the Green Bay Packers caught that pass at like the 40-yard line, somehow got through the entire Packers secondary, got stopped at like the 1, and then they gave him a shuttle pass to take it into the end zone to win the game in overtime. Like it was just unreal. But I digress. Let's get into our final lineup here, Aiden. I said let's just go stud to dud. What do you want to do?
Keep it simple for the final one.
Okay, you want to keep it simple? Okay, so Jackson Smith and Jigba in 1.
Yep.
Okay,
Walker.
Kenneth Walker. Do you want to go at Patriots wide receiver or Patriots running back here?
I think Diggs is better than any Patriots running back. So
okay, so then do you want to go both Patriots running backs next? And if so, in which order?
Let's go. Since this is kind of a safer one for a final, let's go Ramondre and then Travion.
Okay.
And then for a final slot, we've only had him on one of these, the very first one. So I think we should start with Shaheed and then finish off with Shaheed.
Boom. Love it. Okay, so we're starting with our captain, 2-time multiplier, Jackson Smith and Jigba, followed by Kenneth Walker, Stephon Diggs, Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, and ending with Rashid Shaheed. Let's submit our lineup, confirm entry, and and so that's it. It's that easy, folks. Literally, so much fun on the FastDraft app. And again, use the promo code FRAMES and get matched up to $50. And participate in this. All of their best ball games they have going on, and the number of best ball games are going to increase, obviously, as we get farther into the year. Just a great app made by some great people, and so it is definitely worth checking out, dropping some funds, and setting these lineups. And again, this is 60% full. It's Thursday night, February 5th. And this is probably going to fill up like at noon on Saturday,
Yeah, way before, yeah.
And this is like one of the last few fun, original type of games out there that you're going to be able to participate in for this NFL season. So, I mean, really unique game over here. No more football games over here. Like take advantage of this side while you have it. So, or I could do like a 6-7. Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I can't
Please
believe
don't.
I'm keeping. Am I the only one who's keeping 6-7 alive? Apparently, I am.
I haven't heard that as much lately, though.
Well, then you're welcome. You're welcome.
Until now, and then you said it.
And then you crushed my soul again. Thank you very much.
Next thing you know, your son will be walking around.
Oh yeah. I don't even want to think about that. Don't put that. Don't put that in the universe.
Moving along.
Yeah, I can see it like 20 years from now. Hey, Dad, do you ever hear this thing called 6-7? It was like the trend way back in the day. Well, now it's back
way
again.
back in 2020.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that discussion or that conversation with him. I'll just
go watch Lord of the Rings again.
Go back to college. Go back to your dorm room. do your laundry there. Okay, stop asking your mother for help.
That's
yada. Yeah. So, but yeah, so. That's all there is for that. Aiden, any more updates before we get out of here from NFL honors?
No, the latest we have is the 5 Hall of Fame members and the 4 awards, which I'll just recap again. Defensive Player of the Year, these 4 so far. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tedoroa McMillan. Let's see. Inaugural Protector of the Year, Joe Toomey. And who's the other one? Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. And then the Hall of Famers, obviously, we have Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald, and Drew Brees. And that's all the updates we have so far.
Awesome. And don't forget, folks, this Wednesday, We're kicking off our podcast, our core podcasts here at Fantasy and Frames. Fourth and Frames, which is our redraft show, that it's going to start the Wednesday after the first week of free agency to give us some time to digest all the free agent moves in March. So stay tuned for that. But right now we're in Dynasty mode. So Dynasty 365, we are back on Wednesday on Fantasy and Frames Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern.
We're back.
And the topic of the show is going to be the next 2 weeks actually are going to be kind of interesting because we're going to be talking about, for those who finished, as a champion or first, second, or third in your dynasty leagues, how do you sustain success from year to year in dynasty? Just kind of giving you an idea of just like the strategy behind success in dynasty. And then we're going to follow up that episode talking about like, okay, well, let's say you were on the other end of the list here and you didn't do so well in your dynasty league. How do you rebuild for success? So that's going to be our second episode. And then
basically, as we settle back in, how to approach the off season more or less.
100%. And then after that, it's really going to be cool is that we're going to be in NFL Combine time. And so we're going to be talking about the different drills for the different positions on offense that matter from the NFL Combine. You hear a lot of people talking about their 40s and their verticals and their shuttle drills and this and that. And
what do they mean though? Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? How does that translate into ultimately what you all care about who are watching fantasy production? And so we're going to be connecting the dots for you there. And then the same thing is going to go on for Shoot the Gap, which is going to be our IDP show focusing on Dynasty, me and Justin Taylor. Again, starting this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about sustaining success in combo IDP leagues, not just IDP only leagues, but like
combo.
A lot of people out there who play in IDP leagues, they play in leagues where it's like offensive players and defensive players. Well, we're going to talk about it from that perspective. How do you sustain success there? And then the following week, we'll be going over, much like on 365, rebuilding in a combo IDP dynasty league. And then we'll be talking about the drills, at the combine that matter for defensive player prospects. And so we're going to be covering a lot of stuff, and we're going to be sticking to the schedule. We got mock drafts coming up. We got, free agency reactions to Dynasty and how they're impacting Dynasty managers. We're going to be talking about, the individual players, going through our rankings, which of course you could head over to fantasyandframes.com and check out our rookie rankings, which are live right now.
Ton of fun stuff coming up.
Just seriously, Aidan, we got a lot of stuff. So Aidan will be hosting us here on 365, and then myself and JT on Shoot the Gap again this Wednesday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Those are the platforms that allow us to stream our shows. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. Can I just promote something here real quick?
Go for it.
I just want to you can look at this from both a redraft perspective, dynasty perspective, or just if you're a fantasy player and fan in general. I'm going to be publishing 2 articles on the site throughout the month of February over the next few weeks, previewing the running back position free agents and the wide receiver free agents, going over 2 different scenarios for each player at each position. If they stay with their current team, what will their fantasy outlook look like next year versus if they go to a landing spot, and I will specify that landing spot, what will the fantasy outlook look like for that? So throughout the next 2 weeks, just look out for that.
Yeah, seriously. And head over to fantasyandframes.com, check out our rankings, check out our articles. We have our version 1.0s for our Superflex offensive player mock draft. We have a rookie IDP mock draft article. We got early player position breakdowns on quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. We have IDP early breakdowns for linebackers, defensive linemen, defensive backs. We have even a new section which is entitled our fantasy games section, where we're going to be talking about all the different fantasy games you're going to see us participating on in the game show. So Colby Conway over at Fantasy Alarm, one of the members of the Fantasy and Frames family, he put out how to play Fantasy Spin. That may be a game that you all are familiar with, and if you're not, it's a fun game to play. And so it's going to give you a breakdown of like how do you play Fantasy Spin, and then we're going to have articles come out like how do you play these games on FastDraft, and so on and so forth. And of course, those who are brand new to fantasy football, who are like you're walking into this season, you're just like, I know nothing. We have our Fantasy Football 101 series where we're talking about Dynasty 101, Best Ball 101, Redraft 101, IDP 101. Like, we get
We
you up to
got it.
speed of what you need to know and what you need to learn to jump into fantasy football. So, however you want to approach it, whatever your needs are, fantasyandframes.com, as well as following us on all of our channels on all the social media platforms at Fantasy and Frames. Subscribe to us, please, on our YouTube channel. Yeah, this has been fun. This is a great way to cap off
a fun laid back episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and this has been fun. Aidan, congratulations on all the hard work you've done here.
Thank you.
Your first full year, 2025 at Fantasy and Frames, and looking forward.
They've been able to withstand me for this long.
Well, it's been difficult because you haven't gotten a lot of our movie references, which is
I'm starting to get more as I go along, though.
Well, that's good. That's progress. We're making progress, and that's the
last year I would have known nothing.
Well, now you are heading into year 2, and you'll be hosting your own show, and so a lot of cool things heading your way here at Fantasy and Frames. And folks, for all those that are watching, we're going to go back and watch later. Thank you for all your support.
Absolutely.
Thank you for everything. And again, don't forget, all ladies out there, all you fantasy football ladies who love everything about fantasy football and want to get your fix now, the Fantasy and Frames for our 3rd year women's best ball tournament hosted by the FFPC, organized by Stacy Perez. Signups are happening now, whether you're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky. All postings have been made there. Follow at Stacy_Perez83. Email her at stacy@fantasyandframes.com. Sign up for this. Tell your friends. Free to enter. Tons of fun. We've known so many people who've competed in these tournaments the past few years, and you see them at the Fantasy Football Expo, and friendships are made. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. So definitely tune into that. Pay attention to that. Look at those postings on the various social media channels, and sign up, ladies, and play and have fun, making friends and doing what we all love to do, which is, play fantasy football. So the last thing here, we got Kyle Ziegler in the chat, who I'll be seeing this weekend in Bethesda.
He's on a plane right now. So
he's on a boat. No, he's on a plane. I'm with you, Aidan. That's not
dedication.
It is dedication. He's like, you remember back in, I'm asking the wrong person, but like back in the day where they said you can't use phones on airplanes, and now it's like it's a common thing nowadays.
They still do that for like the first 10 minutes or so, but you can do it after a certain time frame.
Okay. Well, I was going to say Kyle Ziegler risking life and limb to bring
us if they have issues, you know whose fault it is.
Exactly. We love you, Kyle. We'll see you back here soon. And for everybody else that's watching, seriously, this is it. This is the last game of the season. Last game.
Enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Like, do have a party, and if you don't have a party, still buy all the food that you would normally have.
Do you have a party, or is it just you guys, or what's going on?
It's just going to be. We're going to be low key, but even though it's low key, I
still buy food. Yeah,
I'm going to buy food. And get some brats, get some sauerkraut, do a little,
we're having as one of our little dinner things. We're having sliders.
Okay.
So
nice. I like to make this thing called a touchdown punch, where it's basically.
Is that what you named it?
No, it's what I found it to be, but it's great. Oh. Like it's.
I thought that was your.
It's like this big pitcher, right? And you pour in. Some blue curacao, you pour in some vodka.
Oh, I was wondering if it was gonna be
you put in lemon slices, you put in
seems like a lot.
You put in, what do you call it, some Sprite, like a 2-liter Sprite, mix it all up. It is like so refreshing, and the buzz
That's
is
a
real.
Weird combo of things, but
it is it is fantastic. So definitely bratwursts and touchdown punch, and
what a night.
It's and the Super Bowl. So, hey, go big or go home.
I was going to say, looking forward to the commercials, but I feel like the commercials the last 5 years have gotten worse. So.
Well, I don't know if you could see over my left shoulder here, but I got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I got the comic book from Infinity Gauntlet. I got Mjolnir, aka Thor's hammer.
Yeah. I'm all about that. Yeah.
So the Marvel nerd in me is going to be happy when I see the Avengers Doomsday trailer.
They already said they're not going to the Super Bowl.
They no, they did not. Did they
Yeah.
really?
Same thing with Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
They're not. They're not going
Which
to
is
hold
a
it.
stupid strategy, but
Are they seriously not going to do the Super Bowl trailer for these movies?
no, they're not.
Are you
What's the
messing with me?
Spider-Man was coming out in July, like it's very soon. But
I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I don't see it.
we'll be disappointed together.
We'll be texting like, "Screw this game, no Avengers trailer." But anyhow, no, I'm just kidding. We're gonna love this game, as you should too.
You could get out all your Marvel stuff to speak it into existence.
Folks, seriously, thank you very much for tuning in. Y'all have a great night. Aidan, as always, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you on Wednesday for Dynasty 365 and
We're back.
Shoot the Gap. We're back.